Beijing hosted the 2022 Olympic Winter Games, becoming the first city to hold both the summer and winter editions of the Olympics. Records were broken and history was rewritten. We saw some sizzling performances by the athletes. Keep watching to find out about the most successful athletes at the Winter Games. Let's start with Niels van der Poel. The 25-year-old Swede set 2 Olympic records and 1 world record along the way to his 2 gold medals in Beijing. Van der Poel won the men's 5,000 and 10,000 meter speed skating competitions. He then surprisingly released a 62-page manual on how to win the competitions. After a disappointing Olympic performance in 2018, Van der Poel almost gave up speed skating. He enrolled in a basic ranger training program with Swedish Army, but went back to the ice in 2019. He now holds 2 Olympic gold medals. After the win, he said that motivation is the key and you should hold on to the things that motivate you. He went on to say that when he felt demotivated, all he needed was a beer, or precisely 8 beers. Well, he earned himself a couple of beers for his performance in Beijing. Next up, we have Jessie Diggins. Jessie Diggins made history on several levels. She won silver on Sunday in Beijing's women's 30-kilometer freestyle mass start. She not only became the first non-European athlete to win a medal in the competition, but she also became the first American to win multiple cross-country medals at the same Olympics, despite still being sick with food poisoning. Even though she couldn't get gold in the Olympics, her performance was one of the best. It was an emotional win for her as she pushed herself to the limits despite being sick at the time. Coming up next, we have Nathan Chen. Before the Olympics in Beijing, Chen assisted the United States in its team event win of bronze in 2018. In the team competition, Team USA won silver and Chen, who is 22 years old, won gold in the men's singles competition. After winning the singles gold in 3 straight world championships, he received that medal. With a score of 218.63 points, Chen outperformed the competition, bringing his overall score up to 332.6. That put him 22.55 points ahead of Japan's Yuma Kagayama, who won the silver medal with a final score of 310.05. He made it happen. His free skate included 5 quad jumps. Chen became the first American man since Evan Lysacek in 2010 to win the singles competition. Following up, we've got Chloe Kim. Kim, an already snowboarding sensation, expanded her resume in Beijing. The 21-year-old Californian became the first woman to win the women's halfpipe event in back-to-back games when she captured her 2nd consecutive Olympic gold medal. Kim was able to take some chances on her final 2 runs because she received a score of 94.00 on her first run in the event. Although she was unable to complete a pair of new tricks, her initial score was sufficient for her to win the gold with ease. Now a 2-time gold medalist, the American star could compete for many more years if she chooses. Kim said that there's a lot of hard work and sacrifice behind this success, and even her family contributed to the process. Next up, we have Johannes Dinges Boa. Boa and Quentin Fillon-Meillet of France dominated the men's biathlon in Beijing. Each athlete took home a medal in 5 of the 6 biathlon competitions, but Bo emerged victorious with 4 golds to Fillon-Meillet's 2. Bo, 28, is currently the biathlete with the 3rd most victories in history. Along with his 5 career Olympic golds and his 8 career Olympic medals, he has 54 individual World Cup victories and 3 overall World Cup titles. Bo also took part in the Olympic Games in 2014 and 2018. Johannes couldn't express his joy after receiving the gold. He said it was all above his expectations and he felt that it was a dream. Overall, he was delighted and it played out this well for him in the Olympics. Let's take a look at Sarah Nurse's performance. With 18 points, Nurse had the most points for Team Canada in the competition. She broke the scoring record for the Olympics by scoring 5 goals and dishing out 13 assists. But what Nurse accomplished in Beijing goes far beyond that record. She broke the Olympic records for the most points and most assists and knocked out Sarah Fisk's record of best plus-minus with hers. She also got the most EV points in an Olympic tournament. Being the first black athlete to ever play for a women's national team in the Olympics makes her accomplishments all that more exceptional. She entered the ice for Canada's first game against Switzerland and didn't leave until her team had won the gold. Coming up next, we have Irene Schouten. Irene garnered more attention than her teammates after winning her 12th and 13th medals overall because of her superior performance. The best performance on the oval belonged to Schouten, who set Olympic records in both events. She then slightly slowed down in the team chase. In the medal rounds, Schouten was the team's rock, but the Dutch fell behind each time, even though she took the final 3 laps of each race. With the best combination of adaptability and endurance over one Olympic season in speed skating since Eric Heiden, Schouten recovered to win the mass start. Irene Schouten stated after the race that she prefers to skate with a teammate during mass start events. However, fellow Dutch skater Maaike Groenewoud crashed during the 11th lap. Next, we have Francesco Friedrich and Thorsten Margus. Friedrich led German 2 and 4-man bobsleds to gold medals with Margus on his side in both events. Together, they recorded the quickest times in 3 of the 4 heats in each race, even though Friedrich became only the second driver in the previous 38 years to win the 2 and 4-man outright at one Olympics. They rank higher on this list if they had the fastest runs in each heat. Perhaps Margus was more in control than Friedrich because Margus had no influence during the 8 heats between 2 and 4-man, where Friedrich's sleds had the fastest start times. Following up, we have Marti Alsbu-Roisland. Marti Alsbu-Roisland is quickly rising to become one of the greatest in the Beijing Olympics. By defeating Sweden's Elvira Oberg in the women's 10-kilometer pursuit, the Norwegian biathlon star won her 3rd gold medal of the competition. Following her victory in the 7.5-kilometer sprint, Roisland took the lead at the start of the race and increased it to 96.5 seconds. The Norwegian shooting champion hit all 10 targets on her 2 prone shots, but she gave her closest pursuers a chance when she missed one of the first standing shoot, which caused her to ski around a penalty loop. Roisland had already won when Oberg and Dorothea Weir of Italy both missed twice on the 3rd range. Next up, we have Gabriela Papadakis and Guillaume Cesaron. The Chinese team of Su Wenjing and Hong Kong, as well as Nathan Chen, were equally dominant to the French ice dancers. Papadakis and Cesaron received the nod because they broke the world record for the total score. Su and Han broke the record for the pairs by 0.08, while Papadakis and Cizeron broke the record for the ice dance by 0.37. According to the scoring system in place since 2006, Papadakis and Cizeron's victory margin of 6.47 points was the greatest in ice dance history. Since 2006, no figure skating competition has had a margin of victory smaller than Su and Han's 0.63. The pair admit that the Olympic medal was the only one still missing from their list of trophies and that their 2018 heartbreak has given them extra motivation to win the competition. Let's look at Eileen Gu's performance. Gu, who's 18 years old, is unquestionably one of the Olympics' biggest stars. Gu was born in San Francisco to an American father and a Chinese mother. She considers both countries to be her home. She has, however, flown the Chinese flag when it comes to skiing. Eileen won gold in the big air and halfpipe and silver in the slopestyle competitions. She was one of only 2 athletes to compete in all 3 freestyle skiing competitions. Gu was the first woman to land a left turn 1620 and the youngest freestyle skiing gold medalist. Finally, we have Therese Johaug. The cross-country skier Therese Johaug won the first gold medal of the 2022 Beijing Olympics in the women's 15-kilometer skiathlon. The only criticism thrown at Johaug was that she won the contest with the smallest margin. Johaug won the first 15-kilometer skiathlon by 30.2 seconds, which was more time than the gap between 2nd and 7th place. One of the 35 women who competed classic legs, she had the quickest split. Johaug fought against the wind and the bitter cold to ski away from a 4-person chase group. Despite having 10 World Championship victories, she'd never taken home an Olympic gold medal as an individual. Well, that's a wrap for this video. So which athlete amazed you the most? Let us know in the comments section down below. Make sure to give this video a like and share the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and we'll see you in the next one.